GIT 500, Validity and Reliability. We're not going to spend a lot of time on validity and reliability, but they're very important. You can do wonderful research, but it doesn't do any good if the study wasn't done correctly. And the way we determine if studies are done correctly is measure them through validity and reliability. The difference between validity and reliability is this. Validity is the concept of how appropriate and accurate the research is. Reliability is the concept of the research instruments, the data collection instruments, being consistent, stable, predictable, and honest, not biased. Good reliability and validity are linked together. The research is done well and the instruments are created correctly and properly, then you have both validity and reliability, which means your data that you create that comes out of your research is good. The aspects of validity are that the research investigation provides answers to the research questions or the objectives, right? And that appropriate research methods and procedures were used. So all the things we've been learning about being used in the correct and proper way. And that the instrument that is being used, validity shows how well that instrument measures what it was designed to measure. And then really you might say, well, who decides if something is valid? Well, the researcher themselves should be evaluating that, but also the readers of research reports or experts in the field. So if you're unsure as a researcher, you can ask an expert in the field to evaluate the validity of your research plan. Types of validity are face and content validity, concurrent and predictive validity, and construct validity. Face and content validity is really sort of the most obvious one. It's that there is a logical link between the survey questions and the research objectives. That survey measures the correct things to answer the research objectives and questions. Concurrent and predictive validity is comparing your results to a similar study results, and also being able to forecast outcomes from the data, from the results of your research. And then construct validity is just how well is that data collection instrument constructed, and that the data is analyzed using good statistical procedures. Reliability, on the other hand, has almost everything to do with the data collection instrument. That the greater the consistency and stability of that instrument, the greater its reliability. There are some things that play into how reliable it is. Making sure that the questions are worded properly. If they're not, that could cause some unreliability. When and where do people fill out these surveys or have their interviews? The participant, the respondent's mood. Are they in a good mood or in a bad mood? If you're doing an interview, it also depends on the interviewer's mood. If they're negative, you might get some negative responses that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. The nature of the interaction just is impersonal, is it impersonal? And then the regression effect of the instrument, again, when people will answer things based on other questions on the survey or in the interview. So those things can all affect reliability as well. It's in quantitative studies, it is very easy to show validity and reliability because we're depending on statistics, and statistics allow for more concrete ways to establish both validity and reliability. It's a little more difficult with qualitative, but again, if you really make sure that your data collection instrument is well constructed, that will add to both validity and reliability of your qualitative or mixed methods research studies. We talked about the difference between validity and reliability, the different types of validity, the factors of reliability, and really the importance of both for research studies.